Good evening, everybody. How y'all doing today? This is Yusuf Chowdhury tuning in once again from San Antonio, Texas. It is 5:55 p.m. Central Time, and let's see. Let's see. There you go. Just give me a less than a minute here. All right, so let's get to the subject for tonight. So if y'all have any question on online marketing for a business, let me know. Leave your question on the comment below. Okay, so one of the question is, how do you identify what is client's objective? Okay, objective when it comes to building a site. Well, here's the thing though. Uh, you basically have to ask the customer exactly what is their goal or what do they want to achieve. Let's say from building a website or marketing the product and or services. Because a lot of time, believe it or not, it depends on your experience, depends on 50-50 and whatnot. But some customers actually don't know. Are y'all having a problem with the connection here? Let's see. One second. Let me switch this. All right, there you go. So this should be working now. Okay. So when it comes to objective, either your customer knows what's their objective, like from the project, from the marketing, or from the website, or they don't. So if they don't, right, then you have to basically help them out. You have to ask them the right questions that can help them understand how can they figure out what is their objective, right? So so basically the client's objective can be based on what they know already, or based on your research, right? Or what should be the client's objective, right? So if you want to get some ideas, let me a couple of notes right here. So let's say, for example, some customers want to, they're going to tell you that they want to drive traffic to their website. So what you have to do, you have to correct them and explain to them, or you have to ask them that question: what do you mean traffic, right? Like, what do you mean by traffic? Are you talking about like qualified traffic? What is qualified traffic? That means qualified customers that are interested, on their product and services, and they want to drive those targeted audience, targeted customers, qualified customers to their website. Okay, great. So once the client tells you, or you explain to them to explain to you back that they want to have qualified audience or customer hit the website. After that, what's the next step? Right? After that, what's the next step? So you got the qualified traffic coming to your website. If you give that target audience too many options, in most cases, it will confuse them. That's why I highly recommend reading this awesome book by Steve Krug. It's called what is it? Don't Make Me Think. Right? Let me double check. Don't Make Me Think. It's not. It's an old book, but it's Don't Make Me Think by Steve Krug, Krug. This is basically talks about mostly user experience, user what do you call it? Yeah, experience, graphic design, the user experience and design. Okay, so that's what the book mostly is about. Okay, so you don't want to give them too many options to figuring out what's happening on the website, right? If you are directional, the target audience comes in and you are showing them, you are telling them what they need to do or where they need to go, right? And when you do that, it will become very strategic for you when you start doing analysis. Like when you do data analysis, when you plan the site in a certain format, in a certain actionable steps, then you can see whether these actionable steps are working or not working based on the analytics system that you put on the back end, whether it's Google Analytics, Search Console, or third-party systems like, Crazy Egg, Lucky Orange, or Hotjar, for example, right? Because the data can help you to understand how your target audience, your qualified audience, how are they behaving or how they're going to behave. A lot of time we talked about, design and graphic and how certain things should be in a certain way based on, our experiences and different niches and different businesses. But at the end of the day, the target audience decide how they're going to behave. That's why there is no set rules or blueprint that says a website has to be built this in exact way. You know what I mean? I mean, there's some elements that essentials, which is like the pages, the call to action, whatnot. But when it comes to the behavior, it can differ from one niche to another, or it can also be different from the audience themselves. So that's why you always have to attach data, some type of analytics on the website to keep making the adjustment based on the information, based on the data, and not just based on some sort of abstract and ideas, right? Ideas are great. It only works when you see exactly your return on investment or how they're behaving, right? So some of the example is like, how to drive pre-qualified visitor to the site so they can buy or they can call you for the service, right? Some of your clients are going to say something like they want to focus on generating leads, let's say for their real estate, for the insurance, for their booking Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu classes, right? And that's what they want. If that's what they want, then the whole process of the site, when you build it, and all the messages and all the marketing has to be towards that because you're very laser focused. What happens if you are giving too many options? It's like basically chasing two rabbits at the same time. I don't know if that's possible, right? So that's why when you start like laser focused because you're not giving them any other option. And it's going to be very easy for you to kind of understand the data, right? When you have too many options to choose from, it can be a little bit confusing. Okay. Some clients will tell you they just want to, let's say, content customers like bloggers. They are focusing on getting more subscribers to their content. So there's a strategy even on that itself, right? I was telling one of my client last night, a few days ago, that if you have a subscribe button on a website, but nobody knows who you are, right? Why would they click on subscribe? I mean, you have to really not lower, but you have to bring down your level of thinking from a customer's experience point of view. Like if you go to a site and the first call to action subscribe, I'm like, why should I subscribe? I need to know you first. What kind of value you're offering me? What I'm going to benefit from subscribing, or what I'm going to benefit from getting into your list. Does that make sense? Okay. Some customer will say that I'm building this site just to educate, to train, to inform, or just to get customers, in the door. Okay. So these are some of our ideas on how you can explain to your clients that objective is very important, because a website that is directionless, basically if it has no path or objective to reach to, then what's going to happen? Nothing's going to happen. It's just going to be just like another hobby, right? Confuse the information that nobody knows what is it for. Make sense? So that's how you qualify, find out the objective, and whatever you do, keep things very simple, not too complicated. If you have the website or the client that you're working with, let's say they've been in business for 5 years, that's great. Now you can pull the data from the analytics to see what's working, what's not working, and make the changes based on those data, right? If it's a brand new, fresh website, like fresh client, fresh startup company, then you have to use your knowledge and experience of of digital marketing, then apply it, then use the data in several months to see what works, what doesn't, then go back and make the changes based on these information. Okay, so you got to always keep the data focus on the data analysis and information intact, because that's how you're going to work on the strategies, right? The strategy has to be on facts, not just based on what you feel. Feeling doesn't do anything. Makes sense. So that's a question for how to qualify. And like I said, you also have to spend time to educate. Like, as I mentioned yesterday, that I prefer to work with an educated clients versus somebody that don't want to be educated. There are some customers that are not educated in this area, but they're willing to learn, which is great. That actually really helps. Then you have some that just don't want to learn, right? And they might what do you call it, tease you with paying a lot of money, but at the end of the day, that is going to backfire at you, because I have one of my friends that basically built a project where he did exactly everything what the client wanted, but at the end they're not happy, even though he exactly followed whatever they said without putting his own input, because he just getting paid and that's it, right? So it can be a little bit frustrating sometimes, especially when you talk about so many information, so many strategies, then they come back and change just because they want to change. So that's the beauty of sometimes building your own business, having your own business. You can actually decide who you're gonna work with and who you're gonna let go, right? Because there's no point of just getting paid to go through the headache. That's completely pointless. That's not life. That's called misery, right? All right, let's see. Do we have any more questions for today? Okay, let's see. Okay, what other question you can ask the clients to pre-qualify them? Well, the thing is, if you take in digital marketing, there's so many aspects of the marketing. You can help them with online advertising. You can help them with the organic content. You can help them with the social. But at the end of the day, hey, Alex, what's going on, my man? Thank you for tuning in. Excuse me. But at the end of the day, if you're going to help your customer, let's say in a project, try to learn a little bit of digital marketing, because you want to make sure that your customers are getting their customers, make the phone call or get the visitors, because they have to get they have to improve their business. If they improve their business, if they build their business, if they increase, their bottom line, and that is going to help you as well. Makes sense? So you can also ask them to give you the top 3 to 5 competitors, like, who are these top 3 to 5 competitors, so you can analyze their competitors and apply some of the strategies. It's good. Alex, what's going on, my man? Do you have any question today for your business on using digital marketing, anything like that? Let me know if you have any questions. Man, so much work. Okay. Let's see. You spoke about voice search a few weeks ago. Can you give us just one tip that can help us to get into the voice search? Well, I did mention there are 10 ways to basically help you. Hopefully, can help you to be more visible on these voice devices. I would say one of the number one tip would be is to have a frequently asked question page. If you have a frequently asked question page, this is where you can put all the questions that you believe your customers, target audience, or pre-qualified audience need to ask, but they don't ask. You can also use your social channels or sites like Quora or Yahoo Answer, or you can use Answer the Public to find relevant questions within your service, within your business, within your product, and put them on the frequently asked question, because the frequently asked question page can have up to 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, or even maybe 20,000 words, right? Based on new information, new questions, that common question that your audience asks, and it's right there, right? So that's something that I highly recommend to have it as a part of your navigation page. So you're going to have a home about the company, because they need to know what the company is about. Contact us, of course, the blog page for sharing your knowledge to improve your expertise level with your target audience, and also for the search engine, and have the frequently asked questions so it can help you eventually with the voice search, right? And of course, you have to make sure that the 10 points that I mentioned before, you might want to go and check it out. So let's see, Alex here is asking, sure, is sending mass emails with an SMTP server a good idea? If not, how do you guys get to do any mass emailing without getting revoked or blocked by Gmail? That's a very good question. Well, that's why you have services like Mailchimp, Aweber, and MailerLite. All these companies by design are programmed to send mass email. You don't want to do it through the Gmail. You don't want to do this SMTP because some of these servers gonna catch it on. They're gonna grab it and you can get dinged for it, right? So you don't want to use that way to do the mass email. So that's where you have to. You're kind of like you have no other option. You have to utilize these companies because they have a system called Throttle system where it allows them based on the agreement through the internet, the service, and hosting and whatnot that they can do that. So that is the only way, right? And even when you send a mass email, you also have to be very careful. You have to look into the spam can law. It's called spam can law. This is for email services. When you send a mass email, how did you collect those emails? Did you collect those emails organically? Did you collect those emails through ads? Did you collect those emails with the user's permission that you are going to send them mass emails, right? So you have to take all those into consideration and use these services. Some of these services are free up to 2,000 subscribers, right? And after that, of course, you have to pay. And there is a benefit. Someone asked I don't want to pay, but I'm like, look, it's a business. You have to invest in it because these systems and these services can help you to identify. Let's say you have Alex 20,000 subscribers. It will tell you how many of the 20,000 opened the email, how many of them read it, how many percent read the email, right? So this is, again, when going back to the data, you let the data to help you decide how you do marketing, whether it's on website, on social, on ads, on email marketing. These information are very important, right? So even though if you want to bypass and use the SMT server and different in-house servers to send the mass email, you can do that technically, but I wouldn't recommend that. It's better to have a system in place like MailerLite, Mailchimp, Aweber, Infusionsoft. Infusionsoft are kind of expensive, right? Let those companies or Entreport, and there's tons of companies out there that provide such services when it comes to sending mass emails, right? So that will be my recommendation because it saves you. It's an investment. It also saves you how to be more organized. It helps you to get more information about your subscribers, about your leads, right? So I would use that. Okay, that's because that way you're not gonna get into a lot of trouble, And you have to do it correctly, though. I remember a couple of years ago when I was helping this one e-commerce client, and unfortunately he didn't tell me this, that he had 5,000 emails that he got it from Amazon, and he blasted it. And what happened quickly, the Amazon customers start, unsubscribing, and when the unsubscriber goes up too high in within an hour, his domain's gonna get flagged. And of course, I have to explain to him that the mistake that you made, these Amazon buyers did never give you the permission to receive emails, so you cannot do that. So you have to give them an offer through your website. Then you can collect the name and email addresses because it has information that tells them we're not gonna show information anywhere else, but we'll send you some coupons and update. Charles, what's going on, my man? How you doing, bro? So that was an excellent question, Alex. So yeah, so pretty much that's what I do. Okay, so use the system. You can look into MailerLite. I think it's up to 1,000 for free, but Mailchimp is still up to 2,000 for free. Test those and see if that works. Okay, thank you. Is it better to pay for traffic than instead of mass email? That's a beautiful question, but it depends what kind of traffic do you mean. When we talk about qualified targeted traffic coming to where? Is it going to your social media channels? Is it going to your website? If it's going to your website, you have two ways. You have the organic ways, which is implementing the search engine optimization techniques that can take anywhere between 27 to 50 hours a month, from on-page SEO to off-page SEO strategies. But even the social media content update. But those traffic, it's slow and it takes time. It's like planting an apple tree. If you plant an apple seed, it will take 11 years for it to grow. So same thing. If you're looking for the long term, the organic helps because there's a strategy that attracts a specific audience to your website, but it's not going to be fast. The other option is, or you can implement both, and that is online ads. So like Google Ads, Google Ads, Bing ads. It's called search engine ads. You can also utilize social media ads like Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn to get the traffic. Okay. Again, when it comes to mass email, don't buy so-called leads. Don't buy leads and mass email them. Those stuff don't work anymore because those are old school stuff. And again, you have to think about from a customer point of view. If you're going to buy these leads, the other 10,000 people bought the same lead that you paid for, and these 10,000 businesses going to send email to the same people that you're sending to. Do you think people are going to open the email? They won't. So it's better that if you come with a strategy on your website where you have an offer, your target audience is going to come organically and they look at the offer, whether it's a training or ebook or a coupon, and they themselves will enter it, will give you the permission to be ethically spammed. All right, then you can do it that way. Of course, it takes time. Of course, it's challenging. Of course, it takes a lot of work, but it's worth it. That's how you collect the emails, not by going to these companies and buying the lead. That doesn't work. It's like a spam technique. It's actually considered spam. You don't want to go that route if you are doing that way. Okay, I'm just assuming. Good. I'm working on creating a newsletter for a client. He uses. I don't like constant contact. But yeah. So you have any question on that, Charles? So Alex, let me know if you have any more questions. Shoot in the dark and say, "What's going on, my man? How are you?" How are people generating leads nowadays? You can generate leads through running ads. Okay, you can generate leads through SEO. You can generate leads even through the social. I mean, these things still work. You can also generate leads using chatbot, right? Mini chats through the messenger. You can set up either a regular post with a chat bot attached to it or on an ad. Some customer generate leads through messenger, right? Some people generate leads through even Instagram. So all of it internet based, whether it's search, social, and ads. Okay. I like MailChimp better. Yeah, MailChimp is good. What do you like? Okay, what do you like instead of? Yeah, MailChimp, MailerLite. The thing is, all these email marketing systems, they kind of work the same. I'm not sure if Constant Contact changed the system because MailChimp and MailerLite is very easy to configure on the website. With Constant Contact, they don't have like the form that can sit on the website. When you click on it, it goes to the Constant Contact link, which kind of don't like, but it should be within the site. You know what I mean? Derek, what's going on? Thank you for tuning in. How do I reel in more traffic from a mobile detailing business to my location? Oh, so you do the detail, you drive to people's places and you wash their cars. Okay, great. First of all, you do have to optimize your website based on your local business and what your customers are searching for locally when it comes to mobile detailing. That's number one. Number two, because you're a local business, and I know you're also kind of moving around, if you're focusing on a specific area, let's just say you're focusing on the Stone Oak area, then you can get a business address on in the Stone Oak area and use the Google My Business page so you can be foundable and searchable in that specific area, and the customer going to contact you through that. Okay. The number 4 is going to be is to invest in Google Ads, Bing Ads, and also social ads if you want customer in a short period of time. But you have to do at least the on-page SEO. Even the on-page SEO doesn't mean you're going to get the traffic quickly because your other competitor are optimizing the site and they probably have monthly tasks. But the minimum thing you can do is you optimize the website for that local business, have a Google My Business page or any of the local listing sites, and look into running some ads. Okay. Alex, sure. Do you partner up for 30-minute? What is it? Sure. Do you partner up for 30-minute webinar as an event consultant with the new clients going to you and your guys for white label work. Yeah, I mean, what we do, we have other advertising agencies, other partners that actually hire us, right? So we do work for their customers, but we don't mention their customers' website on our website. Okay. So we do that. Actually, most of my work is like outsourced to other businesses. Makes it much easier for me because they just need digital side of things. So if you have clients, we can talk about this. I can give you my prices, and you can charge your customer whatever you want, and we can do all the work, right? But you're gonna be the middle person. That means you're gonna be the one that communicate back and forth, not necessarily me. Unless if you want me to be part of your business as a let's say part of the company and doing the same thing, that can be done too. That way, it will work for you. And what I mean by that, that doesn't mean I'm gonna share part of the business. I'm just like, you're like, hey, Yusuf, this is my also business partners or my one of my team, and if you want me to communicate with your client, I can do that. But that's the option that can we discuss. But the price is going to be the same. I'm not going to charge any more different. It's going to be my fees, and whatever you charge the customer, then that's up to you. Yes, Constant Contact just updated their user experience and their tools. It was about time. Oh, okay, then I need to look into it. I already have Google My Business. Okay, great. So Derek, let me. Are you getting enough? What do you call it? Do you have enough reviews on your Google My Business page? And do you get any calls from there? If you want, you can also share your website so I can look at it, get you more ideas. Carolina, what's going on? Thank you for tuning in. Hey, Yusuf, what do you think about Google Forms to perform surveys? It's actually good because it doesn't cost you anything. If you have a website that is built on self-hosted WordPress-based website, then you can use a plugin for that and have the form on the website itself. Okay, but it doesn't cost anything. It's good for small businesses to utilize it. But if you want to use something more sophisticated, then of course SurveyMonkey is one. Or I think Planet Survey, it's also another option. But they are not. They have free options, but they also have a premium option. Let's see. Okay, so do you partner for live webinars like help and work Q&A session? Are you asking me to be? Let's say you're gonna do a live webinar. If you want me to be a guest, I can do that. I wasn't really. I'm sorry if I didn't understand your question. If you want me to be a guest, yeah, I'll be more than happy to be a guest or share some tips with your audience. Carolina, you're most welcome. Let me know if y'all have any more questions that you need help with. Okay, take this opportunity and ask me. Okay, yeah, we can do that, man. Alex, I mean, you just let me know what time, what date, and what do you want to share with your audience. What do you want to teach them? I love to help. I love to give as many knowledge as I can. Okay, in my own time. Okay, let's see. Okay, let me know if y'all have any more questions. Okay, let's see what's here. Okay, what is the benefit of personal branding? Okay, so personal branding can help you basically. Let's see. Personal branding, I believe one of the main thing in personal branding is that it can help you to build your credibility. I mean, there are many benefits, but I can think of that it will help you to build your credibility. And personal branding, when it comes to online, mostly not just image, it's more about value that you give it to your audience, right? Okay, great. I'll let you know in advance for sure. Awesome, Alex. Thank you, man. So there are many, but I would say, giving value to your targeted audience, it's what makes the personal brand stand out. I mean, you can look at Gary Vee, you can look at Chris Ducker, you can look at Mary Smith. All these folks are like kind of a personal brand that specializes in a specific area, and they provide a lot of value, and that's how the target audience look at them. Can we see me price list, or where can I go to get it? Well, right now I don't have the actual price list anymore because I offer only custom-based prices, because I look at what the clients need, and based on that I give them a particular price. I have some old list. It's not updated. If you need a copy of this PDF file, I can send it to you. But if you look at them, basically the price is doubled or tripled. So if it says $1,500 a month, it's going to be probably 5 or 6,000. Okay, but at least you will see the structure, what kind of services I'm providing. But right now, I'm just focusing really on custom base. Like when it comes to web development, analytics, data science, coaching and training, search engine, online ads, that kind of stuff. I'll leave it custom based on client bases. Okay, but if you need the old, I have it. You can look at it, see what you think. Because I've offered so many stuff. Especially sometimes I get new things coming up. Like right now, my teams are building or working and learning how to build a Amazon AI software for chatbot, and we did a couple of chats. But some of our clients, we're always learning new things, trying new stuff that can benefit our clients. You know what I mean? So that's why the services, even this within digital marketing, it's always evolving. So I have content writers, developers, designers, SEO folks, what else? Social media, right? But you also have programmers, app developers, and in fact, recently I'm also hiring an app developer, like a person who builds mobile app for Android and iPhone, because there's some demand for it. So I'm always improving, adding new stuff, and even some of them taking stuff out. There's something that probably I don't use it anymore, so I just don't offer it. But I try to focus all within the digital marketing, because digital marketing consists of all of these, landing pages, conversions, tools, email marketing, contents, all part of it, right? So I try to focus on what I do best myself and add new things. So if there's an area that I'm not really very well versed, then I hire the expert to do those kind of work, or collaborate with other business partners or associate to do some of those sort of tasks, right? Okay, so it is 6:27 p.m. Central Time. Do we have any more questions? Do y'all need any help? Something we're stuck with. You just need help. You need to improve your business. You need to get more leads, or something is bothering you when it comes to social media or SEO or something online. You just ask, man. Carolina, I would like to ask restaurants if they would be interested in being part of my marketplace. What is a good way or strategy to approach them? Excellent question. There are actually many ways, and see which one works for you. I mean, of course, the traditional cold calling or just going there and talking to them. If they have some type of online presence, or not good online presence, like they have a website but the website doesn't work very well. They have a social media, but the social media is not working very well. It's not doing what it's supposed to do. You can approach them by giving them an advice. Let's say your Facebook is good, but there's few things are missing. If you do that, then that's how you're gonna approach them, because you're gonna help them. What happens a lot of time when you just go there to sell, they're gonna get turned off and they're gonna refuse it, because they do get a lot of sale pitches from different companies. But if you really sincerely go and offer them help at no cost, right? It's the risk you are taking, and that can open some type of good relationship with them. You never know, right? So that's what I would do, is to kind of find out what sort of things they're missing and they need help with, and give them some sort of advice at no cost, and just leave it like that. In fact, that's what I used to do back in the day, where I look at every local business and I explain to them, hey, you need to fix this thing. Here are the steps. This is how you can do it. And that's it. And in most cases, they're not going to have the time to do it, so they're going to follow up with you. Okay? And that's what worked for me over the years. Because you sincerely want to help. If you just put that in your head, like, you know what, I really want to help. Let me see what I can do. Right? Then, of course, that's one way, the organic way. The other way, of course, if you want to invest in some sort of advertising, hey, Ahmed, what's going on, bro? Assalamu alaikum. So you can run ads that basically helps those target audience in the restaurant business to basically be in your marketplace or service. That's another option, but that requires some experience, and you have to invest some money on that. So that's what I would do, either the guerrilla marketing the organic way, or the investing in the ads to basically have them. Because with the ad, what happens, the customer that are attracted to what you offer, they're going to basically contact you. They're going to click on the links and so forth, especially when you run the ads. Okay. If you do things organically is great, but the thing is you have to be very patient. It takes a long time. It's like the snowball effect, right? It might take like a 6 month, 9 month, 1 year, but as soon as you reach that level, let's say on the front page for several relevant terminologies, then it's all like a the snowball effect where you can get all this traffic, and it doesn't require you to just run the ad. I have some clients that do everything from social to organic to ads. Even if they stop the ad, it's not going to harm their business because the organic one gets more traffic, like almost 3 to 10 times than the ad itself. Okay, but that's going to come over time. That is going to come over time for sure. And if y'all get a chance, check out my friend Bilal Khan. He basically made a video about showing you how you can make a do-it-yourself V-flat. If you're into video production or videos, he will show you how he bootstrapped just a regular, what do you call it, bunch of boards, and made like this white wall for light reflection when you make good video production. Bootstrapped is very good stuff. You can check out in my Facebook. It says how to make a V-flat, cheap, portable, do-it-yourself solution for video. So check it out when you get a chance. Really some good stuff. And if you should check out his channel too, because he does a lot of so-called tutorial. If you want to get into video, like online video, YouTube video, or some type of good production video, so check him out. I also shared this interesting article about why users call new Facebook design a nightmare. Okay, you want to check that article. It's very interesting. I have it on my Facebook. It's called from the searchenginejournal.com. When you get a chance, check it out. Indeed, let's see. I don't know who is the UX designer that did that. All right, do we have any more questions for today? Tomorrow's topic, I don't know. Okay, I usually keep it to Q&A. If people ask questions, that's about it. But if you want me to talk about specific subjects, just let me know what you want me to talk about tomorrow. And by the way, Charles, thanks for recommending me the videographer. I'll look into his projects. So yeah, Charles, if you have any topic you want me to cover tomorrow, just let me know within the digital marketing. You can also look at the San Antonio Online Marketing Meetup. I have tons of presentations there. I've been more than 300 classes. So you can look into that as well. All right. So I think there's no more question. I do want to thank everybody for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Just keep those questions coming in, and hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow again around 6 or 7 p.m. All right. Okay, folks. And if you're watching this as a replay, just make sure you tap the word replay, and don't forget to, if you find value in this live streaming, feel free to share with your business colleagues, tag them and whatnot. Okay, bye for now. Have a good one, y'all.